Hello guys, welcome to another video session from Kanis Biology. In this session, we are going to talk about structure of plasma membrane with reference to the model proposed by Singer and Nicholson. Okay, and that is called fluid mosaic model. Right children, so let us enter into the topic.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Children, cell membrane is a very thin, living, flexible membrane. And I think that you would have confused that sometimes I am calling it cell membrane, sometimes I am saying it plasma membrane. Okay, so fundamentally cell membrane and plasma membrane, they have a basic structure, same structure, but we use them in different contexts. For example, if you are talking about the membrane that surrounds the cell, cytoplasm of the cell, that is called cell membrane. And if you consider the same membrane that encloses the cell organelles in the cell, then that is called plasma membrane. Okay, don't get confused, it is very simple. So children, come back again. Cell membrane is a very thin, living, flexible membrane. Then what does it mean by flexible membrane? Children, it is thin. No doubt it is thin because it is submicroscopic, can be seen only under electron microscope as it is very thin. And one more thing is it is flexible in nature. It is flexible in nature. Can you tell me what does it mean by flexibility or flexible? Flexibility means the ability to bend without breaking. Did you understand children? Flexibility means the ability to bend without breaking. So cell membrane is a flexible membrane because it is able to bend but it will not be broken easily. Okay, the structure of cell membrane is in such a way so that it is able to bend but cannot be broken, and it is going to give the flexibility to the cell membrane. Okay, and children, I told you that it is the outermost membrane in animal cells. We have observed the cheek cells. Then I told you that the outermost boundary of the cytoplasm is the cell membrane, whereas in plant cells it is different because in plant cells it lies next to cell wall. You know that in plant cells the outermost layer is the cell wall and it is present next to cell wall. So look at this picture, you can understand clearly. This is the animal cell where the outermost boundary is cell membrane and there is no other boundary, only cell membrane is there. And whereas in plant cells the cell membrane is present next to cell wall. So this outermost thick layer that you see around here on the plant cell is called cell wall, and just next to cell wall, this black color layer, can you see? Yes, this black color layer, this is the cell membrane. So in animal cells, cell membrane is the outermost layer, whereas in plant cells the cell membrane is the layer next to the cell wall. Okay children, that's about the location of cell membrane. Now come to the structure of cell membrane. The cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. So what are the basic fundamental building blocks of membrane? The building blocks of membrane are lipids and proteins, but don't think that only lipids and proteins are there. In addition to lipids and proteins, the plasma membrane also attached with some carbohydrates, and it also contains cholesterol molecules. Okay children, but fundamentally it is made up of lipids and proteins. So let us see about that. And how it is made up of, how the lipids and proteins are arranged. You know children, when you build a wall, you have to arrange bricks one above the other in a particular manner in order to build a wall. In the same way, as I said that lipids and proteins are building up the cell membrane, in what way they are arranged? Now we need to focus on how lipids and proteins are arranged in the plasma membrane. First, let us see how the lipids are arranged. Lipids form a bilayer. It is written that they form a lipid bilayer. I think that you know the meaning of bi. Bi means two. That means lipids are present in two layers. That's why it is called lipid bilayer. So let us try to understand this with the help of this picture. This is the picture of a cell. Imagine that this is an animal cell, and this is the outermost boundary of the animal cell called cell membrane. But children, here the cell membrane is represented thicker, but actually it is not that much thick. It is thin. It is very, very thin and flexible. Only for the sake of representation and understanding, this membrane here is drawn somewhat thicker. Don't forget that. So this is the cell membrane of an animal cell. So by looking at the cell membrane, you cannot clearly understand where the lipids are present, where the proteins are present. You cannot see. So that's why let us slightly enlarge the structure. Okay, so if I only separate the cell membrane and enlarge the cell membrane, this is how it appears. Okay, what do you see here? You can see small round structures, and how many layers of round structures are arranged here? There are two layers. This is one layer and this is two layer. And what may be this? As the second point suggests that the lipids form a lipid bilayer. So here there are two layers. Probably now can you guess what these two layers may be? Okay, it is mentioned it is bilayer. Lipids are in bilayer. So definitely these structures that we can see over here are lipids. But this too is not clearly visible. Let us further magnify this and try to find out how it is made up of. So if you further magnify that, clearly now you can see the lipids. Each structure that you can see here, what do you see? So these small head-like structures, this is the head-like structure, and to this there are small tail-like structures. How many tails are here? This is head, and to this head how many tails are there? This is one, this is two. There are two tails. So this includes this head and tails. This include a single lipid molecule. Are understanding my point? So this head here and also these two tails, this include a single lipid molecule. Like that, how many lipid molecules are there? 1, 2, 3. Hundreds and thousands of lipid molecules are there, and they are arranged one after other. This is one lipid molecule, this is another lipid molecule, this is another lipid molecule. Like that, they are arranged side by side and forming a single layer, and another same layer is present. Okay, another same layer of lipids is present towards the inner side. Imagine that this is the cytoplasm side, this is the extracellular side. Understood? This is the cytoplasmic side, means here there is cytoplasm, right? So if you observe, this side will be the cytoplasmic side and this side will be the extracellular side. That means it is outside the cell. So how many layers are there? This is one layer of lipids. This is another layer of lipids. So total there are two layers of lipids are there. That's why I told you that plasma membrane is a lipid bilayer. It is lipid bilayer. Okay, now let us try to understand the structure of a single lipid molecule. If you enlarge a single lipid molecule, this is how it appears. I told you, there is a head. This is called glycerol head, and there are two tail-like structures here. These are called fatty acid tails. Okay, so a single lipid molecule is made up of a head, which is glycerol, and other two long chain-like structures called fatty acid chain. So that's about the arrangement of lipids in a cell membrane. Okay, but I told you that the cell membrane is made up of not only lipids but also proteins, right? But can you see proteins anywhere here? We cannot see proteins anywhere because it is the representation of how the lipids are arranged. Understood? Now let us see how proteins are arranged. Okay, some proteins are attached to the surface of the cell membrane. They are called extrinsic proteins or otherwise called peripheral proteins. Okay, so now let us find out how the proteins and where proteins are arranged in the plasma, in the cell membrane. So the first point is saying that proteins are attached to the surface of the cell membrane, and some are embedded in the lipid bilayer. They are called intrinsic proteins or integral proteins. So it is now clear that there are two types of proteins present in the cell membrane. One type are called extrinsic proteins and other type are called intrinsic proteins. Extrinsic proteins and intrinsic proteins. Then basing on what they are called extrinsic proteins, exo means outside. Okay, so it is suggesting that some proteins are attached to the surface of the cell membrane. As they are attached to the surface, that is towards the outer side of the cell membrane, they are called extrinsic proteins. X means outside. The proteins which are attached to only surface but they are not deeply situated in the cell membrane. And some are embedded in the lipid bilayer. They are called intrinsic proteins or integral proteins. So the second category of proteins are there which are embedded or deeply situated in the lipid bilayer. They are not attached or not present on the surface of the membrane, but they are present within the lipid bilayer. So they are called intrinsic or integral proteins. So let us now try to find out by this picture how they are arranged. Okay, so children, this is what we observed under microscope. And after plasmolysis, this is how cytoplasm appears, and the outermost layer of the cytoplasm is the cell membrane. And if you enlarge that cell membrane, this is how it appears. Now let us see where the proteins are arranged. If I further enlarge this bilayer, this is how it appears along with proteins. Okay children, now try to understand this picture. In this picture you can clearly see the lipids, head of the lipid molecule and also tails of the lipid molecules arranged in two layers. This is the outermost layer of the lipid layer. This is the inner layer of the lipid layer. So that's why as it is made up of two layers, it is called lipid bilayer. And in addition to that, proteins are also present. Okay, so let us find out where proteins are present. Can you see here? This big structure which is present within the lipids is actually a protein. Okay, and not only that, there is another protein which is attached to the surface, right? Okay, and all this is another proteins, and these are the lipids. But this picture is not clearly explaining about extrinsic proteins and intrinsic proteins. So let us understand that with another picture. So this is another picture which is indicating or showing the location of intrinsic and extrinsic proteins. Children, this is the lipid bilayer, as it is, you know, made up of two layers of lipids. These are the tails of lipids and this is the head of the lipid. And then what is this? This is a small protein molecule that is attached to the surface of the lipid bilayer, right? It is not going into deeper part of the lipid bilayer, right? As it is attached to the surface, it is called peripheral proteins or extrinsic protein. Whereas there is another big protein molecule here. And how is it arranged? Look, just compare the arrangement of this protein and this protein. This protein is attached to the surface, whereas this other protein, it has deeply embedded itself in the lipid bilayer of cell membrane, right? And it is deeply situated in the lipid bilayer. Okay, and in that way it has become the integral part of the plasma membrane. That's why it is called intrinsic protein or integral protein. And as it is attached only to the outer part of the cell membrane, it is called peripheral protein or extrinsic protein. Okay children, and this model of plasma membrane is proposed by two scientists in the year 1972. Who are those scientists? They are S.J. Singer and G.L. Nicholson. Okay, and this model of plasma membrane is called fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. And this model explains why plasma membrane is flexible. Now you look here children, I told you that plasma membrane is flexible as it bends but will not be broken. Is it not? So this animation here explains about this property. So see, the plasma membrane here along with the lipid bilayer and also proteins is just it is appearing as it is floating, right? And it is bending. The plasma membrane is bending but not breaking. So this is how this model explains the flexible nature of plasma membrane. Okay children, I hope that you understood about the structure of plasma membrane, and that's all for today children. So in my next session, I will explain you in detail about various functions that the plasma membrane or the cell membrane performs in cell. Okay children, thank you. I will meet you in my next session.